Okay, so before we start this video, I'm gonna need to give a bit of backstory. What you're looking at now are the first moments I ever set foot in my hardcore world, and you might be wondering why my in-game name isn't Flocals. And for that, we're gonna need to rewind to about 2 years ago. So basically, some random Chinese hacker decided to try and break into my Minecraft account, and as intended, my two-factor authentication blocked their attempt. However, when trying to regain access to the account after the break-in, I noticed the cell phone number I attached to my account was really old. And this is quite literally the only time where I never fully updated my contact information for an account that I owned in case of an emergency like this. And go figure, it was to the account that meant the most to me. Long story short, no matter what information I gave to Microsoft support, there was no chance of me retrieving the account. I tried to call my old number, but something seemed off. It wouldn't ring and no voicemail. So I tried to call the cell phone provider behind the number, and they told me directly that it must be linked to a kid's tablet without cellular services. And now my only option is to either 1, hire someone to hack into my account, which is highly unlikely, or pray and wait for the number to be reassigned to a new customer. Thankfully, I already had a backup account with the name you all know now, Flocals. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, how I plan to showcase each build is in the order it was built, starting from the very first moments in the world up to present day. And now without further ado, my name is Flocals, and welcome to my 2-year hardcore world. We begin our tour at the starter base, located in a jungle biome and overlooking the ocean, a seemingly endless span of water and emptiness. But that's only if you see it that way. This view may resemble a blank canvas, but the brush was in my hand, and it was only a matter of time before I started to paint. The first floor has an enchanting station to one side and some furnaces to the other. Hey Flo Jr. Next, if we move upstairs, you have your beds, resources, and most importantly, the first armor set I ever wore, archived on May 14th of 2024. This was the armor set that I fought the dragon in, and was the last set of armor my first Minecraft account ever wore. If we move out back, you'll notice some cows and a fence, and some axolotls. The cows were my food source, and the axolotls, well, realizing how rare this variant of axolotl was, I decided I wanted to start early, and then I gave up after a while. My plan was to collect rare Minecraft items like other creators at the time. However, I grew really fond of a really long playthrough of the world. We're talking decades. I want to look back on this world when I'm way older and just be like, wow, I did all of this. Even writing this script, I'm looking over the world and I already feel that way. Still though, I do plan to come back to finish this rare items hallway at some point. I even have a checklist to finish. Popping out one last time to the front, we see a sword on the top of the mountain, but that's not any sword. That's a 1-to-1 replica of the Sword in the Stone statue Philza built in Season 4 of their hardcore world after the passing of Technoblade. I remember waking up really early one morning for some reason, and I saw the VOD Philza posted onto their channel. At the time, I was looking for a really specific aesthetic for a Minecraft Technoblade sword, as a statue, and seeing the one Philza made, I just had to have it. So I scrubbed the entire VOD back and forth over and over like a building tutorial, watching each block be placed and removed if needed. The end result was an exact copy of the sword. I even uploaded it to Planet Minecraft, and if you'd like to download it, the link will be in the description. Our next stop on the tour is the Industrial District. It's pretty basic. I plan to create a new one with even higher rates at a new location, but that's a project for another day. These buildings were inspired by a stock photo I saw online by just Google searching 2D factory stock photo, and then I recreated the buildings to the best of my ability. Before generative AI took over the internet, I was able to find the image with a few clicks, but now it's probably lost to the sea of AI slop. I challenge you to find the image I used, and if you can, you get a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie. Each building was then symbolized with a pixel art of each of the corresponding materials I planned to farm at each building. For the wood farm, I fit in a small tree farm, and the other room inside houses all of our wood materials. For the iron farm, I just narrowly squeezed in 4 iron farms, complete with upside down zombies of course, and a chain of hoppers leading into the next room to store it all. I collect the iron from this chest, filter out the flowers, and convert the iron into blocks. The gold farm just has a giant portal leading onto the roof of the Nether, which has 2 gold farms, one slower, and one I built later that is much faster. The other room I just made to look like if I was hoarding a bunch of gold bars in the pile of a room, kind of like a dragon's den or something like that. But inside the diamond farm, it doesn't seem to have really anything, but if you drop down and fly down this tunnel, you'll see a decently sized tunnel bore. we have a cactus farm, a wool farm, a bone meal farm behind the wood farm, which is way too slow and I need to upgrade it, and of course the farms that work better in other locations, such as a creeper farm at the starter base, a redstone farm in a swamp, and as well as a clay farm far out this way. Not sure what I was planning, I could have just made it in the actual industrial district, but I'm getting off track. Finally, here's the firework farm where I restock on my fireworks. I just walk in, step on this pressure plate, and about 90% of the time, I'll have the perfect amount of sugarcane and gunpowder to create a few stacks without extra overflow. But in the off chance I do, I definitely made sure to add some storage over here. You might be wondering what this other pressure plate does, and it's actually a door so I can service the farm, or restock it with gunpowder, since I have a bunch of automatic sugarcane farms stacked on top of one another along this wall over here, never needing to be restocked. I actually tried to make a creeper farm on the top part, but I couldn't get any creepers to spawn in at the rate I was looking for. Maybe if I built it over an ocean that would work better, but I was already committed to building it in this spot. Next is a very special base to me. Inspired by Seth Bling's Mega Block series made in 2013 and Minecraft Pocket Edition. God, I'm feeling old already. Yes, you heard me right, Pocket Edition. You might know where I'm going with this, and if you guessed anything close to the Nether, you be correct. This is a massively upscaled version of the Nether reactor from before the Nether was even implemented into the mobile versions of Minecraft. Little history lesson, at the time, Mojang were still trying to bring the Nether into mobile, while PC and console already had it on launch. What the heck? So to make up the difference, you'd create this structure with 4 gold blocks, 14 cobblestone, and a nether reactor core, crafted with 6 iron ingots and 3 diamonds. Once you arrange them in this formation and tap the core, you were greeted with a structure around you made of netherrack, and the whole reactor you just built turned into this red obsidian texture. If you were fast enough, you could even collect your gold blocks back before it converted. Items from the nether would start spawning all over the floor, and zombie pigmen would accompany them. Items like glowstone and nether quartz, but also items that weren't, like sugarcane, bowls, pumpkin seeds, cactus, doors, even paintings. It was meant to simulate a nether-like environment, which for my tiny kid brain was honestly the coolest thing they did in a sandbox game. But with the history lesson over, let's take a tour of the base and the builds in the surrounding area. So first, we enter inside this gold block. The space within each block has a purpose. This cobblestone block houses a super smelter, and this one houses our wall of chests, so I have everything sorted and organized right in front of me. This gold block to the right has our pet chickens named by our viewers on Twitch, and behind those are 3 naturally spawned pink sheeps, each with a description of when they were found and where. To the left of the storage system, we have some skeleton horses, all named after our viewers on Twitch by taking each follower's name and running it through a wheel spin. These last 2 gold blocks on the side of the super smelter house each and every enchant I could need in my world with a villager. One wall was for armor, tools, ranged enchants, as well as some random trades, just to get infinite emeralds, which was possible due to a bug where you could infect a villager and cure it, repeating the process over and over so the trades would only cost 1 emerald. Unfortunately, this bug was patched in 1.20.2, so I definitely wanted to make sure I had all of those enchants on my world before we updated. If we move up to the top, there's 2 more things to see inside the base. One, my bed with my pack of guard dogs, and the other is a bubble column leading to our supersonic cannon. This rainbow road looking at tube can reach speeds over Mach 1, breaking the sound barrier and launching you and me thousands of blocks within a few seconds. I rarely use it actually because of the danger it presents to a hardcore playthrough. Each time I use it, I will end up either lagging backwards or stopping all the speed I gain, or popping a totem, risking my fragile in-game life to use it. One time I almost forgot to equip a totem, and luckily everything was fine, but you get the idea. Next, if you look over here, you'll see some villager heads carved into the side of the mountain right here like Mount Rushmore. Fun fact, these statues were actually built after the Minecraft movie, inspired by the villager statues from the beginning of it. Over here, you'll see a Christmas tree that I built to celebrate Christmas in 2024. Another thing I built to celebrate a milestone was a 1 million views plaque and a wall describing it all. Basically, a TikTok that I made went viral, and it was my first viral video ever, reaching over 1 million views and settling at 1.4. You're probably wondering why there's a sky grid of copper over here, and I really don't know why I built it. Probably was trying to oxidize all the copper, but I'm not sure why. Either way, it looks cool, so I left it up. Over to the left of the Christmas tree, I made this Eiffel Tower out of copper, and to the right of that, I built Dan TDM's old lab. Now remember how Dan had that hidden entrance below the lab into a secret treasure room? If you've seen my TikTok, you'll know I have one too. First, you need a secret lever. A normal lever will not work. It has to be a secret lever. Then you're going to want to place it on this block. this is the only place that the secret lever will work to access the secret underground area. Now, once you flip this lever, the floor will open up with a staircase, leading down to our zoo. I've encapsulated each passive and neutral mob in the game with each variant before Mojang decided to add new climate-controlled variants and baby variants. I've got those to do, as well as all the hostile mobs. But other than that, I think this looks pretty nice. It even has a working elevator to get between floors. Now, if you know me, I love music, especially JuiceWRLD, so you just know I had to bring a full Noteblock song into the world to listen to whenever I want. This song was made by Acatterz, link in the description. I also added a matching 20:1 scale Porsche 911 GT3 RS from the Goodbye and Good Riddance album cover, built by Mattcraft1, link also in the description. I just repainted the car to look like the cover, also adding the arm out the window, and I think this all looks and definitely sounds really nice. Credit to the people who made them. So if we fly over to the industrial district from earlier and fly further towards the clay farm, you'll see this giant roller coaster. But if you look closer, you'll see the mountain kind of resembles a dinosaur, or a T-Rex even. This was a light bulb moment and I had the perfect idea. 2 words. T-Rex Mountain. I turned a mountain into a roller coaster, Morty! Woo! Yeah! Ah, it's gonna eat me! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Where did the track go? Wait a minute! Our next stop on the list is actually our current base. This is a giant base made out of circles, and if you've seen this base before, let me know in the comments down below. So I found out that creators paywall their Minecraft builds, and I think that's just really stupid. A creator named CuttyCubes uploaded this video and I wanted the base, but I wasn't going to justify paying $11 for the Minecraft build. So instead, I kid you not, within 11 hours, slowing the video down and rewatching it more times than I can count, I rebuilt it exactly. The only difference is I use carrots, which in my opinion are far superior than any other Minecraft food since you can turn them into golden carrots, and they have the most amount of saturation, meaning you won't get as hungry as fast no matter how much you run. I'm also not going to say you should, but you might want to join our Discord and come take a look at the Links channel. You might find a surprise. I also built their triangle base the exact same way, but I haven't used it as much since there's no door, but I just wanted to build it because I could. Okay, so this next part of the video is 18 plus only. If you are a child, please leave now. I am an 18 plus content creator, and the last thing I want is to showcase anything drug related to minors. With that out of the way, my name is Flocals, I'm a stoner, and this is the world's largest Minecraft bong. This is a recreation of a bong I once had for less than a year. Long story short, it got destroyed, and not by me. So this is a way to memorialize it. I also smoke way too much, and for me to not have anything related to some chronic in my Minecraft world would honestly be a crime in itself. I could have gone even bigger, but I wanted to stay within the confines of the base game, meaning I didn't want to install a mod that would change how the game behaves and, increase the world height. I want to be able to run this world on any computer without mods or with client-side mods like roughly enough items, waypoints, world maps, and so on. If I did enable the mod and forgot to put it in the folder or it didn't support it, I'm pretty sure the whole top part would get cut off and I'd lose progress, which would suck. I even did cross-reference with some builds on social media and Reddit, and it turns out their builds were pretty big, but mine is much larger. And I feel like I can confidently say that this is the world's largest Minecraft bong. If you feel like you can make a larger one, then I challenge you, and tag me down below with the links down below to my social media. Onto our final stop, which you probably noticed earlier outside the circle base, this giant village of oak houses. I built this village around the yard of the circle base for a few reasons. For starters, the view from the front door is amazing right now, don't get me wrong, but I could just envision a whole village of houses surrounding the outer area, and I wanted to see what I could do to accomplish that. Second, I wanted to learn how to build better. Even though I've been playing this game since 2009, there are a few skills I have yet to perfect, and 2 of those are redstone, God help me, and building. The first thing I built to help me learn actually was a recreation of my childhood home. It's just, unfurnished right now, but I'm still working on it. It's actually a side project I've been working on, and I've done it all from memory. You just got a sneak peek actually before I could add it to the hardcore world too, so for those of you who stuck around this long in the video without clicking off, I thank you. And my final reason for building them is because of the 2-year anniversary. I wanted to do something big, and building over 10 houses with all different styles and layouts would be a big challenge for me, especially not knowing how to build very well to begin with. Most of these builds are from random TikTok building tutorials, some from YouTube as well. Each building has their own personality and utility, but most importantly, shape. Matching our giant circle base on top, we have a moon base, a smaller circle base, a pentagon base, and even an octagon base. This one I actually built and designed all on my own, and I think it looks really good. All the building tricks I learned from making the tutorial houses really came in handy, and I'm really excited to build now. I was actually already messing around making lampposts with the new copper bars in Snapshot 25W33A. The pentagon base, as well as the smaller circle base, were both done by just looking at a photo or a video. I Google searched Minecraft circle base and saw this photo, so I built it. Same thing with this pentagon base, and the building you're probably commenting about now, yes, this is a fully working Steve's Lava Chicken Shack. I'll leave a link in the description to the Reddit thread where I found this just so I can credit the person who built it, because after watching their video, I just knew it was perfect. I counted the spaces between the blocks and built it for myself. I did my own redstone system with an auto sorter to filter out feathers and only dispense chicken, and a long delay to when the chicken gets ejected, because once I run into a chicken jockey and get the music disc, which I just got during the live stream that I'm currently recording the voice lines on Twitch, hi Twitch, okay anyway back to the video, that delay should be perfectly timed to the part of the song that says, Lava Attack! And it is so cool to me. We have a base made out of shapes, another made out of a bunch of blocks, a couple houses indented into the side of the mountain, a treehouse base with see-through walls, a place to store our goat horns, which was actually a store I used to sell goat horns from on an SMP back a few years ago. Another base which was used on a different SMP actually was this modern style platform base that I retextured into oak to match the aesthetic. We also have a fisherman house and a farmer's market for the fisherman to sell his fish, a windmill house, a small mushroom house, a really small house, a bridge with an abandoned anchor underneath, the houses from the TikTok tutorials, and a fence to stop anyone from falling into this cave below, where the old golem resides. Ooh, spooky. I also put up lampposts with directional signs to direct to each one of the buildings, and I think this whole place looks really nice. And that's everything I've accomplished in the past 2 years on my Minecraft hardcore world. I have even bigger plans for the future, like rebuilding Fallen Kingdom and even the Xbox 360 tutorial world, so stay tuned. If you like my content and you want to see more, or you just want to watch me build stuff in the world live, check the link down below that leads to my link tree. There you can be directed to any one of my social medias. Each credit belongs to Acatterz for the Noteblock song, Mattcraft1 for the 20:1 scale Porsche, and OSRS Beats for the music used in the intro. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.